皆さん、こんにちは。OtaOyaMachi da. O genki desu ka? Hello everyone. This is OtaOyaMachi again. I hope all of you are doing well. In any layout, buildings are very integral. Kato, Tomix, and Greenmax all sell buildings and different structures, but they're all made of plastic. And so today I want to explore something new, a building made up of paper. Well, let's get to it, shall we?
In Japan, there are four major model railroad companies. The first is Kato, followed by Tomix, and then there's Tomitech, which is actually a sub branch of Tomix, and finally we have Greenmax models. Kato structures are often very well made and they come together very well. Very similar to Tamiya, the fit is almost perfect. But there are just two drawbacks about Kato items. First of all, it's a price. For this building, it costs roughly 40 Singapore dollars already. And next of all is there's not much of a variety, so it's pretty hard to spot more than one Kato structure in a layout. Okay, now what I like is its ease of customization. So as you can see, I've fitted interior lights, and there are actually quite a lot of details. Yes, I know I should have painted the seats and tables to make it look more realistic, but I'm lazy. Next, we have Tomix and Tomitech structures. Now, while these buildings come in more varieties, there's multiple color variations of one, and they have different types also. Unfortunately, it's subjective to warpage, as you can see that the parts don't fit together very well. Also, another thing is, while this used to be very affordable, unfortunately, prices of Tomitech items have also been going up. Which brings me to our fourth brand, Greenmax models. Well, Greenmax models has a huge customability. There's also great details inside here. But then there's one catch. You see, unlike Kato or Tomitech structures, which are pre-painted and to a certain extent pre-built, Greenmax are really just models. So you have to build it and you have to paint it. Alright, so for those with modeling skills, yeah, Greenmax is the way to go. But for those who have not really set out to build any things yet, probably Kato, Tomix, and Tomitech will be a better choice. The previous four brands are all plastic kits. Now this fifth option, which I'm showing you right now, is actually a paper model. Yes, that's right, paper model. Now the good thing about this, it actually allows you to replicate real world buildings. Of course, you have to change the words a bit to avoid copyright issues. Construction is actually very straightforward and simple. All you need to do is to match the part numbers to the corresponding part in the other piece and glue them together with wood glue or white glue, and it's done. Now, even if you don't understand kanji or you can't read Chinese characters, all you need to do is to play matchy matchy with those words, and you'll have it assembled in no time. For example, I just have to match these two characters with that, which in kanji means the front, and then we have left and right, and that's it. The building will be assembled. Okay, one thing to note is this particular phrase, it means you need to cut that out, and it's mentioned in the instruction sheet. Here are some assembled buildings, and they are iconic buildings found in Akihabara. This is basically Sega building number 2, which unfortunately is now defunct. As you can see, they need to change the word Sega to Sage to avoid copyright issues. This is, I think it's the Gamers building, yeah, which they changed to Animus, once again to avoid copyright issues too. Well, at least they kept Akihabara as it is. Yeah, this, if I'm not mistaken, is just outside of the JR station. Okay, this particular building, I think it's just some generic UFO catcher building. And this is another iconic building. It is the Rashinkan. Okay, but they changed instead from the radio building to Videokan, which is the video building. So these paper structures actually allow me to recreate this iconic buildings in Akihabara. Now I must admit I didn't put them together perfectly, so you'll definitely see a lot of flaws. But the prices are very affordable and they have great details. Right, let's move on to the buildings I have in OtaOyaMachi. So this is a typical JR shopping complex. They call the Atre. In this case, it's called Mina. Um, and back here we have Book Off, which is a second-hand bookshop, very big in Japan, but they call it Book On. Okay, and over here are some very famous dining places. You know the gorilla curry, yeah, except they changed it to elephant curry. Now I got all of these sets on Taobao, so unfortunately you do need to know a bit of Mandarin to navigate around. The building on the left is a generic item from Taobao. It's hollow inside so it could be lit up. Now the building on the right is another paper kit, but it comes pre-built. The Times buildings is from Taobao, which means it's very affordable, but it's solid, so I can't add any interior lights. Likewise, the pagoda is a non-hollow structure, so no lights could be added at all. While offering great details, the Achilles heel of paper buildings is that they can't feature interior lights. So, if you can't light them from the inside, well, I light them from the outside. Okay, and the effect is surprisingly very nice. Well, I mean, at least in my opinion, I really enjoy it. Now, how do I do that? Well, I install LED lights in areas that are not very obvious. Okay, so like for these shop houses, you can see that the signs are actually hiding the lights, and no one's gonna go from that angle to view it. Likewise, for this building, the lights are actually hidden behind those structures underneath the tracks. And as for the temple, I actually drilled two holes at the entrance to project the light upwards, and also those supposedly construction lights, well, actually they are also shining upwards at the temple. And finally, for the Times building, I drilled two holes at the Tomic's base to project light upwards too. And that's how I get my buildings lit up. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I'll really appreciate it greatly. Now, before I go, I'll just leave you with a short video of the Dencha 819 Kyushu commuter train running through OtaOyaMachi. So until next time, stay safe, stay blessed. Mata ne!